many other things are lying about. Mommy comes out and says, why does everybody think we're lying? They should find it. Why is it lying? Everybody who's on that school island are serious. They leaked the file to say y'all ain't know who was on it. Bonnie said, man, I ain't never said I had no list of his clients. Y'all tripping. Everybody said, now you go. She said, I don't know. Got the client, the single client. That's suspicious. She said there's no video. Now you saying there's videos. Can we see the video? I said, don't say you ain't say that. I said, the day Jeffrey Epstein gets 11 hours of footage to prove nothing suspicious happened to Jeffrey Epstein, and he just... What's the point in getting super hard down there if you're not even in the mood for sex?
Yeah, actually, I guess that does kind of make sense.
That's because the other meds, they don't do anything for that. It's 11 hours of footage to prove this should happen to Jeffrey Epstein, and he just himself. But in this 11 hours of footage, a minute gets skipped. It goes from like the no, that's, you know what? That always happens to the malfunction that the cameras in that.
It gets better.
Feel like they're getting lied to, so they have to have a full-on sit-down press conference. Reporters ask, okay, what's going on with the Epstein file, y'all? Donald Trump opens his mouth to say, oh, they're still talking about the Epstein file? Meanwhile, there's so much going on in the world. My heart goes out to Texas. Gaslighting 101. They're trying to, don't worry, I'll answer the question. No, there's nothing in the files. And that's the story they're sticking to. Now, this is the huge issue for Donald Trump's base. They're stereotypically very distrustful of the government, as most people are. But that's why Donald Trump came out in the first place saying, we're going to expose all these Epstein files and y'all can trust the government again. And then they get caught on these lies, so it backfires. And many people in Donald Trump's base are upset with him right now. So Donald Trump's response was just to...
Okay, before we go into the response, one more thing to tell you guys about when it comes to that footage missing is that people went into the metadata of the video and they found out it was spliced. Yes.
Spliced.
No shot.
That's not what it is.
Yeah. Me that is cut.
Oh.
And like it's so easy.
That's just kind of obvious.
Yeah, it's so easy for people.
Like that is not right. You could have just been like several. You could have been like several edits in the video to be like, well, it was just this 1 minute. It's
like this happens like every like
throughout the whole day. You say updated like 5 fucking.
But like once the metadata showed and people fished in, they were so. Even Moist Critical actually made a video about that too, which is like how I actually found out about that part. Because I knew about like the video having an error. I didn't know about the splice until he talked about the splice, and I was like, oh shit! And I told my partner about it. She goes, oh yeah. And he started explaining to me more about like how metadata works and stuff. And I was like, oh damn, bitch, this shit's crazy.
It's my Dutch. Somewhere in Nevada.
Definitely, but the thing is, right, it's like, damn, these motherfuckers gotta get gone, man. Like, all these people gotta be in jail. All these powerful ass motherfuckers, who cares, man? The fact that their money can hide them this badly is insane.
Right, but that was literally how so it's going to be. True. Reading the Epstein file. But what annoys me the most is they still haven't released everything on the documents, and they're saying they're not releasing everything, because they're trying to protect the victims, which makes me wonder who they think are the victims. And at the end of the day, I think there's a lot of fans with this one. And to the remaining fans, you can't ignore this moment. Donald Trump and his team say Jeffrey Epstein committed all those crimes by himself. Stand by your job. Then go stand in front of a mirror and say, wisdom is chasing me, but I am. Now, I was on of all the outlets and people in general use the same rhetoric as Donald Trump and his how you should forget about this whole thing, and this isn't a huge deal. There's other things to worry about. They're basically trying to shame people for thinking about the situation. I saw a clip of Stephen A. Smith talking to Chris Cuomo, or whichever Cuomo, basically saying, like, why are people even still talking about this Epstein stuff? Like, I got a life outside of this. I'm trying to go out on a Friday night. And I'm thinking,
that's the direction. That indeed.
Yeah, that's must be
honestly,
that people like Stephen A. Smith and news outlets are not seeing. You know what I'm saying? Like, Epstein committed some of the worst crimes imaginable. with other powerful people that we may vote for, powerful people that we may buy things from. Their power excludes them from justice. This is, I feel like, a valid thing to worry about. The fact that people are telling you, why y'all still thinking about this, is ridiculous to me. Because if it's just said out loud, when people have already kind of known, if you're rich and powerful, you can get away with anything. Your own government will cover for these people. Again, I think many people have done a lot of times. Government not on your side, they're on the side of folks that are super rich and powerful. But I think the fact that this time it's just so obvious what's happening that it's really frustrating people. I think a lot of times people feel comfortable with calling something a conspiracy. That means they don't have to deal with it, they don't have to distrust their government. Okay, we're good. Life can resume as normal. But this situation is just such a bad cover-up that people don't really have a choice but to be like, oh God, they have to confront. They have to confront. They have to choose a good thing, I feel like. So again, the fact that news outlets and people like Stephen A. are saying, yo, don't confront reality. We going out on Friday. Why are y'all thinking about this? It just angers me, to another level. Because
it's also really important right now, right, for people to not let it. So what happens is that, especially when there's controversy, people will play the news game. They'll be like, cool, it's brought up. If you just let it pass and ignore it, you can go into the next news cycle, right? But it's like the more that as a populace people keep talking about this, and it keeps being a main factor that's perpetuated, the less that government officials are allowed to ignore it because they're being pressured still to this day, right? Normally a story would have died by now, but it's because of the people's outrage that it's able to last the way that it has. So, and also monetary-wise, with a lot of these papers and shit who are still bringing this up, for interviewers who are bringing this up, they get higher viewership for bringing up Epstein, right? They get higher viewership because you want the populace is supporting it. Pressure the officials. We want to see it, right? So,
it's bringing back society. It's bringing people back. Crimes like the ones that we committed need to be brought out to the light. I think we can all agree on that. Yeah. Everybody who committed these crimes with them need to be brought out to the light. The fact that they're covered up is one thing, and then the fact that people are saying, just forget about it, just really makes me think about it. Because what happens when something like this happens again? We just forget about it again. It just sets a precedent that I'm not liking for the future. So it's one of those things, man. It's one of those things that we got to battle back on. It's one of those things that needs to be remembered. If we all can't get up and riot about it, I think it being remembered is a lot bigger than people may think. JFK, Martin Luther King, those were turning points in American history when people stopped trusting their government, things that were remembered. That really screwed the government for decades to come. It made it harder for the government to just tell people what to do, which in my opinion is a good thing. The government is just your employee. You should be questioning everything your employee does that may go against your interests. So hopefully a moment like this allows people to question things a little more about the government. Anyway, that being said.
Yeah, like, it's really important to have critical thinking about anything that you consume, right? And again, like, I do want to reiterate, is that this is about powerful people no matter which side of the political spectrum. There's just a lot of people that need to go down for committing crimes. And the fact their money and status can hide them the way that it has for this long is disgusting. And the more we, like, criticize and are critical of everybody, when it comes to those in authoritative power, like, the better, right? So just because you have money should make you free to do crime, right?
100%. 100%. Diddy got away with it.
Yeah, we gotta go over the Diddy stuff, yeah. Because I was following the trial early on, because it wasn't public, there was no, like, broadcast of the trial or anything. I was just, like, watching update channels who, like, went and, like, wrote reports and stuff about it. But it just got too heartbreaking, so I didn't actually keep up with it all the way through. It was too heavy. And then the ruling came out, he got a slap on the wrist, and I was just like, I don't even know how that came to be. But imagine check it out. Yeah, Doug, you don't think it was the ruling for Diddy? I don't know anything. I just know that it was slap on the wrist. I just know he didn't get hit with the heavy shit.
Not really for it, to be fair.
Well,
we should just calm every powerful Congress, everyone who is involved in this Epstein file that is either covering it up, touched little kids, or was involved in any sort of way. Bring back my law. What do they call it?
Capital punishment.
Capital punishment. Kill them. Give everybody in the country, give money to the victims. Everybody else, like, gets money.
You know what? If you kill them, how would the money from the mother for herself? We give it over to them.
Yes, money doesn't go to their family. It goes to everybody in America. It's insane. Like,
Yeah.
the government's lying that fucking poorly. It's like if it was conspiracy fine, we'd be like, okay, it's conspiracy, we don't know the truth, right? But because it's so fucking bad that they're lying, it's just like, God, we actually know that you're lying now. You said on TV that you've got files. You said that there's no videos, and I'm like, oh man, it's just so. It's like it's like, how dumb do you think we actually are?
That's exactly what they're relying on. It's
So much stuff.
they genuinely think they can gaslight the entire world.
God damn.
So stupid.
That's
So
frustrating.
stupid.
That's so frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
If I was American, I would probably not do anything about it, but I'd be pissed.
Man,
So,
one day we're gonna go over America's human experimentation that wasn't that long ago. One of the first big mistrusts of the
I
government.
love hearing this conversation.
Yeah, that shit. It gets pretty heavy, but it's that's the first big mistrust of the American government.
That though. Should we?
If you want to, sure. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys later. Thanks for love and support always. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Bye.
You think you can slam me?
There is no limitation. We won't challenge completely. In the next generation, DLC terrain 18-4. We are.
Finally edit! Waffle House, the Roman Colosseum of the South. Because whenever it's mentioned, I'm like, what is going on at the Waffle House? It can't be that serious. Don't they just sell waffles there? What is going on? Out of the way, before we start the video, don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe because YouTube is poo-poo. That your views only counted if you do these. Okay, let's go.
Okay, I'm just going to be honest with you. I actually debated on which channel I was going to upload this video on because on one hand, we're going over a business and the business model that it has, but on the other hand, this restaurant is basically the Roman Colosseum of the South, and I'm pretty sure if you eat there enough, you actually get a deployment patch from the U.S. military. Regardless, I wore the snazziest tank top for the occasion.
Great story. Is the Waffle House only in America, or do we have Waffle Houses in Europe? Are there Waffle Houses in Europe? No, it's American only.
And then we're talking about Waffle House, okay? Just to be completely clear with everybody, I was pretty sure I was not going to get caught off guard.
Before this video starts, I want to visit a Waffle House in America if I ever go to visit America. I want to visit one. Let's see if my opinion is still the same after.
Because Waffle House is already absolutely crazy. I started looking into it and then found out that Waffle House is somehow connected to the Manhattan Project from World War II. So, they managed to actually surprise me, and we're going to get to it right after a word from our sponsor.
What? Let me unmute the alerts for a second, just for peanuts. Yeah, sorry. Alerts are muted during
Like,
react.
comment, and subscribe if you like Kitsu's content. And don't forget to use code KITSNARE for 10% off your next Gamer Subs purchase.
Let's go! Okay, back to muting.
Yeah, babe, what's up?
What? We need a box.
Okay, I'm going to get you one.
Okay.
Alright, let me get it now. Love you. Alright, bye.
Bye. Out.
Why does he have that sound alert for his wife?
Where's that boombox that I asked for?
Oh, it's right here. I got it for you.
What?
What is
That's a gun.
The boombox.
No, I wanted something to play music with.
Oh, that kind of boombox. Yeah, I got this system.
Hey, we'll go to the store and get me a boombox so I can listen to music.
Can I keep this one still?
I don't care.
This video is brought to you by Delete Me. Hey, super simple business.
What does delete me have to do with any of this? By the way, I used to Delete Me too. It's pretty good.
Model. You give them money, they turn around and they make sure that online data brokers are not selling your personal information online. Hey, here's the deal. Pretty much anytime you use a free service on the internet, you click that little box that says, I agree to the terms and conditions. You basically just agreed to allow them to harvest as much of your personal information as humanly possible. They then turn around and sell that to online data brokers, and that's how they can afford to offer you a free service. But when you have to go and they monitor all of these online data brokers for your personal information, and
What do I always tell you, Ted? If it's free, you're the product.
then if they find it, they submit all the opt-out forms on your behalf, so they have to take down and stop selling that information. So when you buy Delete Me, you're not actually buying anything. You're just buying your way out of all the negative consequences of all the free shit that you've already got. And because they continue to monitor those data brokers, you're buying yourself out of all the future negative consequences of all the free shit that you haven't even gotten yet. So if you want to give Delete Me a try, there's going to be a link and a discount code down below. Let's get back to the video. All right, Waffle House. The story begins with a gentleman by the name of Tom Morkner. This man graduated from law school at 23 years old, passed the bar, and immediately gets drafted in 1940 in the days leading up to World War II. Because he graduated from college, he's presented with two different options. He can A, go straight into officer training, and that's a 3-year commitment, or he can just be a normal draftee and go in as an enlisted soldier, and that is a 1-year commitment. Now you gotta remember, at this point in time, like 1940, while World War II is currently going on, America's not involved yet. The attack on Pearl Harbor has not happened, and prior to the attack on Pearl Harbor, the American people did not want to go to war. Because of that, Tom Morkner figures, hey, we're not actually going off to war. I don't want to waste 3 years of my time just being in the military, not actually, fighting a war or whatever. So he chooses to be a draftee.
Do people get paid if they enlist? Did they get paid back then if they enlisted? Or is it just, yeah, you're enlisted now? Yeah, they do. Back then too? Back in 1940? They should in theory. This guy's fashion sense is level of 10. yeah, okay, fair. Fair.
Goes into the military as an enlisted soldier, E1, private. From there, goes off to basic training. As soon as he gets through basic training, the attack on Pearl Harbor ends up happening. America enters the war. He immediately opts to go into OCS training and commits for 3 years. After he completes the officer training course, he actually gets slotted to be a counterintelligence officer, where he does, and I quote, a lot of top secret stuff.
You see, my identity must remain mysterious and my mission secret. I cannot reveal it to you.
You can actually tell in the interviews that he gave later on in his life, like in his 70s and 80s and 90s, that he's still not sure what he is and what he isn't allowed to talk about. But he ended up telling us that basically it was his job to try to sneak onto military bases, not as military personnel. So he would basically disguise himself as like a painter or a carpenter or whatever and try to infiltrate U.S. military base to expose weaknesses to help counteract enemy spies. So he does that for.
So he's a spy for spies. Nice. I like that.
A couple of years, and then one day he ends up getting orders like, hey, you're going to Knoxville, Tennessee. And he's like, okay, for what? And they're like, don't fucking worry about it, just show up. So he shows up in Tennessee, and he's given his orders, and those orders, I'm paraphrasing here, but they're essentially, hey, here's your partner, you two are going to talk to that truck, and you were going to drive it from Knoxville, Tennessee to Los Alamos, New Mexico. You guys are going to dress in plain clothes, you're not going to look at what's inside the truck, you're not going to talk about what's inside the truck, you're going to take this map and take that exact route. This route avoids every major city and every major highway. Like straight there, 53 hours straight.
Would you be able to not look at what's inside when you're being told don't look inside? I could not. No. Someone tell me. Let's take position. You could don't look inside. I'm instantly looking inside. Is that final word? Yes, true. It's an order, so I wouldn't. Yeah, I guess I'm still military. Our D&D group managed to not look inside, so I'd be fine.
Okay, I have a family dinner coming up, and I realized I did not have one single thing. I think I need mini dread, summary, trippy vibes. I feel like I only brought going out clothes. So we're gonna have a little fun from this weekend. First, search for the outfit you're looking for. I typed in pink balloon dress, and then you tap try it on. Now to get the best photo, you're gonna want good lighting, fitted clothing, and full body picture. Now you're gonna upload the photo, and Google's gonna show you what it looks like on you. This is the most insane thing ever. It literally looks like I just tried this on in real life. I want to try a few more options. We're going to see how these look. Maybe for a different occasion. I like this one, but I still think I'm liking the pink one better. Okay, love the way this looks. It's in stock, so I am ordering this right now. And this is the look on. I'm obsessed with this dress and I'm very happy to purchase. So now we pick a bag. So we have this one with shells and then this one has gold, but I'm kind of leaning towards this one because I think it's going to match the earrings that I'm wearing. And we're ready to go. Bye.
If you're going to be watching King be here, these are some things you need to know. He will bark at you once, but then you're best friends for life, so don't think it's hard.
He gets a little anxious and focused, but he's getting better about it.
He's got a lot of love to give. Use your hands, get really in her face, because she loves to connect.
He loves people.
He loves personal space,
Ice water,
toilet water,
puddles, seafood, vegetables.
he loves paddleboard, and hates motorboats. Gatsby absolutely hates being outside. He's anti-dirt, anti-grass, and sun-averse.
Dislikes stairs,
Vacuum cleaners,
his water bulb.
His goofy eyes.
I'll approach him with a lot of care and honor because he is a king.
because you're princesses.
He's a perfect little gentleman.
This is why I kind of wanted to do this. Does that sound good? Yeah, sounds good. When did we start?
Yeah, all of you are saying you wouldn't look. Damn. Military best look. What if you're transporting aliens? I would want to know if I'm transporting aliens. Kids will read this message too late, already read it.
And sleeping in the passenger seat and not stopping for any reason whatsoever. And he does this for the next year and a half, pretty much non-stop. And then like 20, 30 years after the fact, he finds out that he was actually hauling the majority of the enriched uranium for all of the nuclear testing and the building of nuclear weapons. Which, as we all know, brings about the end of World War II, at which point he gets out of the military, moves back home to Atlanta, Georgia, starts helping his dad out with his real estate agency. Now he does that for about 10 years, and during this time he ends up selling the house right next door to his to another guy by the name Joe Rogers, and they pretty much become best friends. Joe Rogers was also an Army veteran. He was actually a pilot that flew B-24s in World War II. When Joe got back home after the war, he did not want to go off to college, so he actually just took the first job that he was offered, being a short-order cook at a now-defunct restaurant chain known as Tuttle House. He worked his way up to becoming a restaurant manager, then eventually becoming a regional manager. And then one day, his neighbor and best friend, Tom Fortner, real estate agent, always looking for the next investment, comes to him and is like, hey, I'm thinking about opening up my own restaurant. I can get the real estate deal going on that side. I just wanted to know, like, if I opened up and bought a franchise of Tuttle House, would you be willing to run it for me? Now, at this point, it's like 1954, 1955. Joe Rogers has a ton of experience inside the restaurant industry, and he basically tells his best friend, like, hey, don't open a Tuttle House. You should start your own thing. Tuttle House's business model isn't that great. If you start your own restaurant, I will help you run it. He then goes off on vacation with his family, and by the time he comes back, Tom Faulkner has already bought the real estate and comes to Rogers and is like, cool, what's the business we're starting?
Where's Pancake's house? What? We stop at Pancake's house.
And within the span of like 6 months, the very...
Okay, so the original, like, the guy we talked about first, and then his neighbor created the Waffle House? Am I getting that correct? And then we're both war veterans, one an anti-spy, and the other a pirate? Am I getting this right? Yep, alright.
First of what is now the legendary restaurant chain of Waffle House opens. And Waffle House is legendary probably for all the wrong reasons. I mean, even if you've never been to a Waffle House, you've heard about Waffle House because, well, I mean, Kid Rock got in a fight there. You've got Haley Booth, the viral Waffle House cook known as the last chairbender. There's entire subreddits and YouTube channels almost exclusively dedicated to all those things that break out at Waffle House. I remember the first time I went to
Why is everyone fighting at the Waffle House?
I stretched first, I grabbed a GoPro, I was ready to be a world star, nothing exciting happened, I just had delicious breakfast till like 3 o'clock in the morning. Which is probably 99% of people's experiences because despite all of the negative PR, Waffle House makes a ton of money and has an incredible business model. Okay,
well done. It's a PvP zone. It happens at 3 a.m., so you gotta go there in the middle of the night.
Waffle House had about $1.4 billion in revenue last year, which is about $650,000 per location, and we take into consideration that each Waffle House is absolutely tiny. That's really impressive. Out of their 2,100 tiny Waffle House locations, their yearly stats are 58 million cups of coffee, 124 million glasses, 3 million servings of hash browns, 272 million eggs, which is about 2% of all the eggs consumed in in the United States of
Oh
America.
my God.
5 million strips of bacon. Yes, I think that is about 8,000 miles worth of bacon.
I worry what
I love bacon.
you just heard was giving me a lot of bacon and eggs. What I said was, give me all the bacon and eggs you have.
I said that's some beans. Schwager? What is this? A baked potato? Is that one strip of bacon?
So Waffle House is obviously doing something right. What exactly are they doing? Well, it all comes down to their business model and their branding. Now, with the Waffle House branding, all the negative PR about fights always breaking out at Waffle House, in a way, has actually helped them out a ton, because Waffle House, by and large, is pretty much a regional chain. It's primarily down in the South. Yet, Waffle House has become a household name pretty much everywhere in America. You can...
Yeah. I'm sorry. Let me replay this for you.
It's a no effect. Once you enter a child, aggression and physical strength increases by 75%.
It's like a buff that's just there. It's like an AoE buff. It's like an aura.
I've never even seen a Waffle House, and you already know Waffle House is open 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, and they serve breakfast. Why do you know they serve breakfast? Because their name is fucking Waffle House. I mean, look at this sign. You're driving down the road.
Do they sell breakfast at 8 p.m. in the evening? Do they sell breakfast all? All day long? Do they only sell breakfast? 24-hour breakfast? I love that. I fucking love that. Why do we not have something like that? We can only get breakfast here at places in the morning. And like super early too. Like if you wake up too late you can't order breakfast. Why do we not have that? Why is it such an American thing only? Bro, there's so much money to be had. They don't be breakfast, but they... wait. The chat is too fast. Ah! Where did it go? They have lunch and dinner menu also. Ooh, I want it to be only breakfast. It's breakfast all day with lunch, dinner, items on menu as well. Oh, that's boring. But at least they sell breakfast all day long. I mean, waffles, eggs, and bacon are considered breakfast food, so I guess they always serve it. I'd say it's comparable, and add in the possibility of having front row seats in a fight, and it's better. How does compare to Denny's? Waffle House is open. It's even open in a disaster, oh my god. Seriously, why do we not have a place that always sells breakfast in Europe? Europe is sleeping on breakfast so hard.
You see that? You know everything you need to know. They sell breakfast. The end. Do that with another breakfast place. If you're not from there and you don't know what a Denny's or a Perkins or an IHOP is, you have no idea. It's just a restaurant, maybe. Waffle House, they sell waffles, which means there's like a 99% chance they sell other breakfast food. Fucking sold. I'm in. So already, the is absolutely incredible, but here's the true genius of it. Why did they call it Waffle House? Why didn't they call it Breakfast House, or Bacon House, or Hash Brown House? It's
because waffles are great.
Because waffles had the highest profit margin. I cannot stress to you enough how absolutely genius that is, right? Because you don't need to sell breakfast, all right? Everybody's already in on breakfast, okay? I get blackout drunk at 4 in the morning. And you can ask me, hey, do you want breakfast? I'm coming up like The Undertaker every single time. And then you go, the only thing open right now is...
Literally. Who hates breakfast? No one.
Waffle House, okay? I was already sold on breakfast from the get-go, but because Waffle House is where we're going, guess what I'm getting? A motherfucking waffle. And they're making more money. It makes sense that Tom Faulkner was a counterintelligence officer because the man literally said 2 words and has already subconsciously tricked you into ordering the most expensive thing on the menu that makes...
I want waffles now. Can we make waffles? Can you make waffles? And I want waffles now. Okay, not now. I'm full. I haven't even finished my food yet. Yeah, but I want waffles now. Waffles with bacon and eggs on peak. Oh my god, I've never had that. You watching Solo Leveling? Are you actually watching a full episode of Solo Leveling in the background?
What? I felt like watching.
This is like the third time you're watching this now.
I'm making the fourth time.
You watch it with me, you watch it with me and Rosie, and now you're watching it alone. Okay, brother.
I can't even have a hobby anymore.
No.
I guess not.
Them the most money. So the branding of Waffle House is both simple and brilliant, and the rest of the business model matches that to a T. Okay, all Waffle Houses are like virtually identical. They're very small. They only seat like 30 people, and you can actually see the cook making you your food. Now, at a glance, you're just like, oh, they're just going for that like 1950s drive-through type of a vibe, which they are, but there's way more to it than that. Because the restaurant is so small, the kitchen never has the opportunity to get bogged down, meaning that they're moving tables very, very quickly. So instead of having one kitchen and 100 customers, you've got one kitchen and 30 customers, and you can just turn those tables over 3 times faster, which pretty much guarantees that every customer is going to get exactly what they wanted. Okay, they're not going in there for 5-star dining. They're going in there because they're hungry and they want breakfast. And now they're going to get breakfast really quick in a small setting that doesn't feel like a packed restaurant where they have to wait in line to eat. I don't know what you're thinking. What if one Waffle House?
Why do we not have Lucia? Bro, why is Europe taking so many L's right now, man? This is actually so smart. So my opinion still stands. I still want to go to Waffle House.
It just reaches its maximum capacity, right? What if it's just completely full with a line out the door 24/7 every day of the year? Waffle House surely would build a bigger Waffle House, right? No. We're going to take the same parking lot and right next to that first Waffle House, we're going to build a second fucking Waffle House.
Wait, they build a Waffle House next to a Waffle House? No way.
Waffle House surely would build a bigger Waffle House, right? No. We're going to take the same parking lot and right next to that Waffle House, we're going to build a second fucking Waffle House.
They actually just built a second Waffle House next to the Waffle House. From this section. This reminds me of the Krusty Krab 2. What made you open a second Krusty Krab? Money.
Let me go from meal plan panic to meal plan perfection. 5 reasons why Factor actually saves me money. Eating clean at home can be pricey, but Factor does my shopping. Factor, so I'm always ready.
Okay, the plan is working, and if it's not broke, don't fix it. Which is one of those things that's dumb, but is actually brilliant. So obviously, speed is key to this business model, and they've done themselves a big favor with their menu, because their menu is overwhelmingly simple, okay? It's literally the side of one piece of paper. Okay, the entire menu is comprised of like 10 things. They have...
Oh, that looks great! Oh my god! Alright, let me put this up to the side here. Oh. Nah, I love those. Is this an updated one? How old is this menu? Is the Waffle House cheap nowadays still? It's 7 months old. Bro. Oh, breakfast. Bro, I know I'm in shoes. Oh. It's up to date, bro. I never thought I would be jealous of Americans. Oh my god. Oh my god. I eat that every day. I think waffle the same. On the other side is the lunch dinner menu. There. Alright. Here. Waffles, breakfast, sides. It even tells you the calories though. Yo! Nice! Oh, only 4 instead? Gosh, bro. Fuck it. Oh, I hate you, America.
Waffle, sausage, bacon, ham, eggs, toast, biscuits, gravy, butter, and syrup. Different syrup they have. 1, it's flavored syrup. The entire menu is simple, exactly how it's supposed to be. Oh, sorry, they have hash browns too. Sorry, 11 things, not 10. Anyways, moving on. Another piece of good might be the best fast food chain when it comes to taking care of their employees. They pay them higher than average. They have flexible schedules, and they're one of, if not the only fast food chain that actually offers all their employees health care and dental insurance.
Sold. The Waffle House is amazing. What? Great menu, great place, great atmosphere, great bar fights watch at 3 a.m. in the morning. It's waffle, 3 prices, and 3 dental. Jeez!
Really, how good are they actually treating the Waffle House employees? I got the one stat that's everything you need to know.
Can I confirm everyone I talked to at my Waffle House, literally next door, they all love them. My God! I'm so jealous right now. I hate the Americans. How dare you have something better than us in Europe?
They Waffle House treats their employees so well that employees are willing to commute into a natural disaster to work in a different Waffle House when the occasion arises. That Waffle House is open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and they fucking need it, okay? Whenever there's like a hurricane,
Waffle House. It's 24/7 waffles and bacon. It's all that there. Yeah, like very cool store. I think we might be some dessert.
真是小场面。
Food and shows perfect, literally, man. Breakfast and the show exactly. Bro, we can bet on them. We can get the other customers to bet on them too. Live stream, I think.
Coming or some kind of impending natural disaster, Waffle House organizes what they call a jump team. A bunch of Waffle House